So this is kind of a crazy story. On the 4th of July, we had a client reach out to us because I was actually water skiing, but we always have staff available if there's any emergencies or after hours questions or whatever it might be. But his dad, who's 80 years old, got in his car and drove away. And they had no idea where he was. And it just so happened that he had this GPS tracker on a skid steer that he sold, and he took it off and he put it in his car as kind of a just in case. Anyway, this is pretty much the only thing that potentially saved his dad, because his dad drove the car 3 hours, not even funny. And because of this, we were alerted, obviously all hands on deck. I mean, this is a missing person, this is a big deal. Silver alert was issued, but I want to show you this. So he goes from, here around Temple, Killeen, Texas, all the way pretty close to Dallas. Again, it took him about 3 hours. And right here is where he ran out of gas. He was pretty much still in the road. And because our trackers, exactly where it's at, we're able to give him the exact location. And you can kind of see, like right here, let me go street view. You can see these two poles. This is where the car was, but at the time we didn't know potentially he might have hit the poles. His dad didn't have his phone on him. They weren't able to track this way. The only way was the GPS tracker. So obviously the police were notified. They were shocked to find out he was this far away. So they had to call a different, district, different county, different city, and let them know that the silver alert, this is where they're at. What they're kind of concerned about at the time is, look, he might start walking. And if he does, like, he could start walking down the street or into the woods. Within 10 minutes, it could essentially be a radius of about 600 football fields. So this is why time was so important, and that's why I stopped water skiing, even though I was terrible at it. And I used to be a really good water skier, and I'm not anymore. But yeah, this is how awesome this technology is. I'm not even talking about our technology. I'm just saying GPS tracking in general is, potentially save this person's life, and it was randomly that they put it in a car. But even though he was with a car, and thank goodness for that, and he was found safely, is we can kind of see some from the satellite view. And this is, this is 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. It's still 100 degrees. I mean, time is really important. We see these properties here where somebody with dementia, kind of confused, might gravitate towards light and properties and be able to say, okay, we see these properties here, here, and here off the freeway. Those would be places that we might need to look, or even coming closer to here, these properties over here. So, this is kind of like not just for theft, recovery. We handle a lot of teen drivers, a lot of fleet management, but this is a cool recovery story that could have been really, really bad. So anyway, thank goodness for GPS tracking technology, right?